Have you heard about the recent US-Ukraine deal? This agreement could be a game changer for both countries. It opens up access to Ukraine's valuable natural resources, including critical minerals. But what does this mean for Ukraine's defense against Russia? Let's break it down. The US and Ukraine signed an important deal designed to enhance their partnership. Ukrainian officials believe this version is much better for Kyiv compared to earlier drafts. Before, Ukraine was treated as a junior partner with limited rights. Now, they are optimistic about the long-term support they can receive. One pivotal aspect of the current deal is the Reconstruction Fund. This fund aims to ensure ongoing U.S. military assistance for Ukraine. Previous negotiations had setbacks, including a tense Oval Office meeting. However, this new agreement promises mutual benefits for both nations. Economy Minister Yulia Sviridenko stated the deal emphasizes peace in Ukraine. It also acknowledges Ukraine's commitment to global security, especially after giving up its nuclear arsenal. Meanwhile, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio labeled this week as critical for peace efforts. So, what's included in this deal? It covers essential minerals, rare earth elements, oil, and natural gas. However, it avoids resources that already generate income for Ukraine. Profits will rely on new investments, and Ukraine remains the sole owner of its resources. Rare earth elements are key components in consumer technology like smartphones and electric vehicles. The U.S. aims to lessen reliance on China for these critical materials. Elements like lanthanum and cerium are part of the agreed list. Securing a partnership with Ukraine could certainly help ease the sourcing for these key resources, which would be a welcome relief to the U.S. given the trade war with China still ongoing. Now, how does the fund work? The Reconstruction Investment Fund will be co-managed by the U.S. and Ukraine. Ukraine will invest 50% of future profits from its resources into the fund. The U.S. will contribute through direct funds and military equipment. This includes air defense systems that Ukraine urgently needs. A crucial point is that no profits will be withdrawn from this fund for the first decade. Ukrainian officials have also noted that it does not refer to any debt obligations for Kyiv, meaning profits from the fund will likely not go toward the paying the U.S. back for its previous support. Previously, a plan proposed by Trump would have required $500 billion in profits from mineral exploitation. However, President Zelensky rejected this, wanting better terms for his country. As for Ukraine's minerals industry, much remains untapped thanks to regulations and the ongoing war. Despite thin geological data, the potential is bright. Ukraine holds some of Europe's largest reserves of titanium and lithium, crucial for various industries. In 2021, minerals contributed 6.1% to Ukraine's GDP and 30% of exports. Unfortunately, about 40% of Ukraine's mineral resources remain inaccessible due to Russian occupation. The hope is that developing these resources will benefit Ukraine before more territory is lost. To sum it up, the US-Ukraine deal represents a significant shift in partnership and resource access. It aims for mutual benefits, focused on reconstruction and military support. It's a strategic move that could shape the future of Ukraine in its fight for sovereignty. At this point, nothing has been officially ratified by Ukrainian parliament. The deal has been signed but is awaiting further approval. While this could potentially pave the way for future success, the deal is not official as of yet. With an estimated 40% of Ukraine's minerals being in territory that is occupied by Russia, it is yet to be seen just how beneficial this deal may be. This also means that the U.S. will be further embroiled in the Russian-Ukraine conflict. If the deal is ratified and becomes official, the U.S. will be committing more military resources and funding to Ukraine with only the hope to receive future payments in return, and that appears to be at least 10 years from the time of the deal being ratified. Hopefully, the minerals and resources from Ukraine would be available prior to the decade wait for those potential profits. It is also of note that while Trump has seemingly sided with Russia over Ukraine on multiple occasions, and his treatment of President Volodymyr Zelensky has been suspect to say the least, it seems this deal would land the U.S. on the side of supporting Ukraine. While this will certainly prove advantageous for Ukraine, It will require additional monetary and military funding and commitments to be made by the U.S. moving forward, which seems to be in stark contrast to both Trump and his core followers' isolationist beliefs. There is also the provision in this potential deal that states Ukraine will not be liable to pay back the U.S. for any assistance previously provided war. This also seems to contradict Trump's rhetoric up to this point. If you want to learn more about this deal and its implications, subscribe and follow for updates. Stay informed of global developments that impact us all. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment. We need your help to spread important information to everyone. As always, think freely and discuss openly.